For Chaboya's 25th anniversary, we compiled a PBL presentation comparing Chaboya 25 years ago to now. This presentation was created by the Then and Now group of Miss Hammond's second period class. We hope you enjoy.
For our first slide, we are comparing sports that were available 25 years ago to now. As you can see, there are many similarities and diversity from then to now. Back then, there were 8 sports: basketball for 6th grade, co-ed soccer, and cheerleading. Now there are 7 sports, and there is boys and girls soccer. Things that we have kept the same are cross-country, basketball for boys and girls, wrestling, volleyball for girls, and softball for girls.
For our next piece of the presentation, we have information on population. Back then, the population was about 660, and there were around 32 teachers at the school. There's less of an Indian population here at Chaboya, but there are more Asians and Hispanics. Back then, the San Jose population was about 788,000.
The population now has increased and it's more diverse. The population for Chaboya is 1,190 and the teacher population is 46. The Asian percent is about 70 and the Caucasian is 13. The Hispanic is 12% and the African American is 3 and others are 2%. The San Jose population is about 1 million.
The third piece of the presentation is about the curriculum 25 years ago to now. 25 years ago, math standards were California standards, opposing to now, we have Common Core standards. Back then, for language arts, we always had writing and grammar, but now we have Common Core, and we focus on argumentative essays more. Back then, there was 6th grade available, but now there's only 7th and 8th grade at Chaboya. There's no school loop back then, so we had to write down homework in our agenda every day, but now we have an online agenda called School Loop. Back then, there was no online gradebook, so teachers had to manually record students' grade on paper, opposing to now, teachers have an online gradebook, which means they can type in the grades and send it into the system automatically. Back then, there was also no advanced math class, opposing to now, which has advanced math 7th, 8th, and 9th grade.
The next part of curriculum is social studies and science. The social studies textbook back then was titled Human History, Human Heritage, A World History. It had 13 units and more information in words. Now, our social studies textbook's title is World History, Medieval and Early Modern Times. It has 8 units and more information to pictures. Our science textbook back then was unknown. We could not find any information about it. And since it was unknown, we did not have any content that was discovered about it. Our current science textbook is 7th grade. For 7th grade, it is called Life Science. For 8th grade, it's called Physical Science. For content, it had 18 chapters and 6 units, and 3 chapters per unit.
The electives we had back then were woodshop, quest, and industrial arts. The electives that we have now are chess, drama, animal lore, AVID, which stands for Advancement via Individual Determination. We also have yearbook, journalism, life skills, band, and guitar. The electives that we have both then and now are Spanish, art, leadership, and computer tech. Electives that are the same then and now are Spanish, art, leadership, and computers.
For the fourth piece of this presentation, we prepared a slide talking about architecture and surroundings. 25 years ago, the look and surrounding environment of the school was very different from today. Back then, there were 8 pods, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Opposed to now, there are 9 pods with an additional J pod. The pods A, B, and H are permanent. The rest are not permanent because to save money. The surroundings were mostly fields, grass, and dirt. There were no houses. There were vineyards, farms, and grape orchards. Now there are many houses, stores, and restaurants, and there are no farms or vineyards. Back then, there was much wildlife, rodents, deer, and raccoons. Opposed to now, there is not much wildlife. The school started to be built in 1989 to 1991. It was Quartana Road, opposed to now, it is Fowler Road. Now there is Evergreen Square, a popular place for students to hang out after school. The gymnasium floor changed 3 times. The school opened in September 1st, 1991.
Our next piece of information is technology. Technology has advanced a ton over the course of 25 years. Back in 1991, we had chalkboards, one computer in some classes, written homework assignments with no typing required, a physical grade book and attendance book, one phone in the office, walkie-talkies for the staff. They were a different model from today, and only admin and custodian had one. Students wrote in their agenda. Today we have whiteboards, projectors, typed homework assignments, 13 Chromebook carts of 30 to 35 Chromebooks. Each teacher has a laptop. There's 17 computers in the library. There's smartboards, security cameras, modern printers, document cameras, walkie-talkies for every staff member, and students check school loop for homework. Some things that are the same were that there was a computer lab, but then the computers weren't the same. There were fire alarms and air conditioning.
About cost prices of most of the